Beloved, welcome to Sunday's Talk. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for choosing to pour into yourself. Thank you for making room for your own healing, your own growth, and your own becoming. Beloved, right now in this very moment, you have the power to change your entire life. Let me say that again. Right now, in this very moment, you, yes, you, have the power to change your life. You have within you the ability to transform your thoughts, your feelings, and your reality simply by changing the words you speak over yourself each morning. Beloved, do you realize there is an unspoken invitation waiting for you the moment you awake? You see, in those first moments, when your mind is fresh, when your spirit is open, before the world begins making demands, that time is sacred. It is one of the most important moments of your entire day. Why? Because it sets the tone for the spirit you will move in, the posture you will carry, and the agreement you will live from. Beloved, your thoughts create your reality. This is not abstract. This is not imaginary. This is a fundamental principle of how life unfolds. Everything that is born into your life is first conceived in thought. Your success, your failure, your relationships, your opportunities. It all begins with the conversations you have with yourself about yourself. And I'm not speaking from what I've been told. I'm not speaking from assumptions. I am speaking from a place of lived experience. So today, beloved, I want to share with you 7 lines that will change your life. 7 lines I have declared over myself each morning for the past 10 years. And these lines have transformed my life in ways I could have never imagined. And if you are wondering why 7, because 7 spiritually represents fullness, wholeness, completion, and divine order. Not partial, not lacking, not fragmented. So these 7 declarations are not random for me. They are my way of bringing my spirit back into alignment, my mind back into order, and my life back into agreement with what God has spoken over me. 1, I am whole, complete, lacking nothing. Beloved, this first declaration is about identity because so much of life has taught people to live from deficiency, to believe they are missing something, to believe they need one more title, one more relationship, one more opportunity, one more confirmation in order to finally feel secure in themselves. But wholeness is not something God forgot to give you. You were not created half-made. You were not sent here unfinished in spirit. You were not born without worth and then told to go earn it. No, beloved. You were created with intention, intentionality. You were created on purpose, God's purpose. You were created with breath, with value, with sacred design. So when I say I am whole, complete, lacking nothing, I am not speaking arrogance. I'm speaking agreement. Agreement with the truth that God did not make a mistake when God made me or when God made you. Agreement with the truth that I do not have to beg life to complete me. Agreement with the truth that what I carry is enough for the season I am in. Now, that does not mean I do not need to grow. It does not mean I do not evolve. It does not mean there is not more for me to learn. It means I do not grow from the lie that I am empty, incomplete. I grow from wholeness. I grow from fullness. I grow from the understanding that there is already something sacred within me that God is still unfolding. And beloved, when you start your day from wholeness, you stop reaching for things in desperation. Because a whole person does not wake up begging for permission to exist. A whole person wakes up remembering. 2, I intentionally choose to lead with love, no matter what comes my way. Now, this declaration is about spiritual posture, because love is not just a feeling. Love is leadership. Love is how you choose to carry yourself when life does not go according to your preference, to your plans. Love is how you remain aligned when something in you wants to react. Love is how you refuse to let pain become your personality. And beloved, it takes intention to lead with love, because fear is loud. Fear is quick. Fear is impulsive. Fear wants to protect itself at all costs. But love has a steadiness to it. Love has a discernment to it. Love has a maturity to it. So when I say I intentionally choose to lead with love, no matter what comes my way, I am declaring that I will not hand my spirit over to every circumstance. I will not let disappointment decide my language. I will not let frustration decide my character. I will not let what comes towards me determine what comes out of me, because that is spiritual discipline at its finest. To choose love in a world that constantly invites you into irritation, agitation. To choose love when you are misunderstood. Beloved, to choose love when you are stretched. To choose love when you can easily become guarded and cold. And I am not talking about weak love. I'm talking about a love that is rooted in God. A love that remains anchored. A love that does not lose itself. A love that knows how to be compassionate and discerning at the same time. When you lead with love, you stop allowing fear to narrate every moment. And beloved, that changes the atmosphere of your life. 3, I already possess everything I need. Now, this declaration right here, this one breaks the lie of insufficiency, because many people live as though what they need is always somewhere else, in another season, in another person, in another opportunity, in another version of themselves. But beloved, God is not careless. God does not call you into a day and then forget to equip you for it. God does not send you into purpose without provisions. God does not place an assignment on your life without placing within you what is needed to meet it. So now when I say, I already possess everything I need, I am reminding myself that I do not have to panic. I do not have to grasp. I do not have to become frantic because I cannot see everything. Because what I need for today is already within me. It's already present. The grace is here. The strength is here. The discernment is here. The breath is here. The wisdom is here. The God-given capacity is here. And where is it? Within you. Now, it may need to be developed. It may need to be stretched. It may need to be trusted more deeply. But it's there. It's in you. And beloved, when you know that what you need is already within you, you stop living like you forgot about you. You stop waiting for permission to move. You stop standing at the edge of your own becoming, calling yourself unready. You move with what you have. You honor what is already in your hands. And you trust that as you move, more will be revealed. 4, what is meant for me will find me. I do not need to chase. Beloved, this declaration carries peace because chasing comes from fear. If I don't force it, I'll miss it. If I don't run after it, it won't happen. If I don't exhaust myself, I will be left behind. But what God has for you does not require you to betray your peace, to obtain it. Let me say that again. Beloved, what God has for you does not require you to betray your peace to obtain it. Now, that does not mean you sit still. It does not mean you do not move. It does not mean you do not prepare, labor, serve, bill, or obey. It means you do not chase from panic. You do not chase from scarcity. You do not chase from desperation. So when I say, what is meant for me will find me, I do not chase. I am declaring that I trust divine order and alignment. I trust divine timing. I trust that what belongs in my life does not need manipulation to arrive. And beloved, there is freedom in that. Freedom from striving, freedom from forcing, freedom from performing for what already exists, what only grace can call aligned. So yes, I move. Yes, I prepare. Yes, I do my part. But I do not run after what already God knows belongs to me. 5, endless possibility awaits me today. And for that, I am grateful. Beloved, this declaration is about how I enter the day. Because every day is carrying something. Something to learn, something to notice, something to receive, something to release, something to become. But it's carrying something. But many people cannot see possibility because they wake up rehearsing limitation. They have already decided the day will be exhausting, already deciding nothing meaningful will happen, already decided that they are just surviving their way through it. But gratitude opens the eyes of the spirit. Gratitude softens your posture. Gratitude widens your awareness. Gratitude reminds you that this day is not random. This day is wrapped in a gift from God. a fresh start, a new mercy, a new breath, a new opportunity to align with what matters. So when I say endless possibility awaits me today, and for that I am grateful, I am not denying that the day may carry responsibility. I am declaring that responsibility is not the only thing that this day is holding. The day may also be holding joy. It may be holding revelation. It may be holding peace. It may be holding a divine interruption. It may be holding a conversation that shifts something in me. Beloved, it may be holding an answer that you've been praying for. And because I do not know all that God has tucked inside this day, I choose to meet it with gratitude. 6, I surrender the need to control outcomes and trust the one guiding my life, which is God. Beloved, this declaration is release because control is exhausting. It will have you grasping so tightly, thinking of fear that is ahead of you and trying to manage what was never yours to carry. And sometimes the need for control is really fear wearing another name. Fear of disappointment, fear of uncertainty, fear of pain, fear of not knowing how things will unfold. But surrender is not weakness. You know what it is? It's trust. It's saying, I will do my part, but I will not play God in my own life. When I say, I surrender the need to control outcomes and trust the one guiding my life, I am reminding myself that I am being guided. I am not abandoned. I am not wandering without covering. I am not left alone to figure everything out through force. God is guiding my life. Even when I cannot see the whole map, even when timing stretches me, even when doors close, even when the way forward is not yet clear. And beloved, when you trust that you are being guided, you stop exhausting yourself with the need to manage every detail. You breathe more deeply. You rest more honestly. You obey more freely because you understand that surrender is not losing. Surrender is letting God be God. And lastly, 7, I was created to serve and I give my gifts freely. And this declaration, this one is about purpose, because your life is not just about getting through the day. Your life is not just about accumulating things. Your life is not just about survival. There is something in you that was meant to bless this world. Be it a gift, a voice, a tenderness, a wisdom, a strength, a perspective, a way of loving, a way of seeing, a way of serving. And beloved, many people spend years holding back what they were born to pour out. They hide, they shrink, they postpone, they question what God has already placed within them. But when I say, I was created to serve and I give my gifts freely, I'm remembering that my life has an assignment. I am remembering that what God placed in me is not meant to die buried under insecurity. I am remembering that gifts grow when they are given. They expand when they are shared. They bless when they are released. And no, serving does not mean self-abandonment. It does not mean depletion. It does not mean saying yes to everything. It means I understand that what is in me is meant to flow out of me. And I honor God by not burying what was planted in me. Beloved, one may be asking, why these 7 declarations matter? Why do these 7 declarations matter so deeply? Because repetition creates rhythm, and rhythm becomes a way of life. Whatever you repeatedly say over yourself becomes easier to believe. Whatever becomes easier to believe begins to shape how you stand, how you choose, how you respond, how you love, how you trust, how you give, and how you move. These declarations interrupt old agreements. They interrupt lack, they interrupt fear, they interrupt striving, they interrupt self-abandonment, they interrupt control, they interrupt the lie that you are here only to survive. And in their place, they establish truth, that you are whole, that love can lead, that what you need is already present, that what is for you does not have to have you chasing after it, that this day carries possibility, that surrender is sacred, and that your life carries purpose and meaning. Beloved, that is not small. That can change the way a person lives. So as I close, here is my Sunday offering unto you. Because insight is one thing, but practice is what brings about transformation. So for the next 7 days, beloved, before you touch your phone, before you check a message, before you step into the demands of the day, I want you to pause. Take one deep breath. Place your hand over your heart and speak your 7 declarations slowly. Not rushed, not distracted, but with intention. And after each declaration, pause and ask yourself, what would it look like to live from this stance today? And then live it out. Beloved, your days are shaped by your agreements. Your agreements are shaped by your words, and your words are shaped by your life. So be mindful of what you repeat. Be mindful of what you rehearse. Be mindful of what you allow to become the language of your inner life. Speak life, speak truth. Speak in alignment with God. Speak in alignment with the life you are called to live, and then watch how differently you carry yourself. Watch how differently you meet the day. Watch how differently you respond when life is stretching you. Because what you speak, you strengthen. And that, beloved, is enough. Amen and amen. Beloved, I want to thank you for joining me on today. And until next time, I love you to life. Peace be unto you. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And if this message spoke to you on today, share it. Bless someone else. God bless.